Hi guys, WynterFiles here, coming in cold like a smooth winter's breeze. So today I'm going to be showing you how to use Gpose. I noticed a lot of people don't actually know how to do this, myself included when I first started the game. It was something that I never really thought about and never really even noticed, and I kind of had to figure it out for myself. But instead of you guys going through all that trouble, I'm going to just teach you. So let's get right into it. This is Zura. She is very happy to meet you. So first you go to the party chat and you type in /Gpose and it'll bring you into this nice little option. I did an action beforehand, so if that ever happens, you can actually get rid of the glowy stuff around you, unless you like it, by hitting the battle effects. And see, now she no longer has that stuff behind her. If you want her to look a certain direction, say, I want her to look or face this way, you use the eyeball. If you want certain lighting, you use this button. Or, eventually you'll come down here with these options. There's 1, 2, and 3, and they control how bright certain things are. And then they also have a subsetting of lighting. 1, 2, and 3. They are also, 3 is always the brightest. So I usually use 1. And then if you want to ever freeze her, it's either R2 or L2 for a group. L2 usually freezes more than one person, but all at the same time. If you want to freeze people at different times, you use R2. Or right up here when you're selected on a character. But I believe this one freezes all at once. So this is basically your L2. This is basically your R2. If you don't have a controller. I personally use a controller on my PC. As far as the camera options here, this controls how close you can get to your character. Aside from the regular zooming in, because I'm zooming in with my controller right now, which the mouse would zoom in for a PC player. So it's like an extra zoom in. If you want like a real close face shot because you think, maybe my character's a little cute looking today. Sure, zoom in as much as you want. This one controls the angle. So if you want like that slant, you can do that. I'll have her like this for the little bit. So this, I already have a filter on. This controls this, like the filters you want. It's like Snapchat, if I can talk. And you can change a whole bunch of those. And then this is like, it's also like a filter. It changes how they look. I usually use particle because it makes little specks of light, like you saw, come onto the screen. I know some people like a lot of different things. I'll keep this for now. So if you don't want to see your background, you can click this and it'll blur it. You can also change how in depth it shows by adjusting it there. If you just want to see everything, just turn it off. This also makes the out rims black with a black circle. You can change the color of the circle or the shape. This one's the shape, these are the colors. So if you wanted a more reddish tint, you can change that. I don't really mess with that too much. I don't do a lot of things except for literally posing and then taking a picture because I'm boring. This one. So if you wanted to look like you're frozen, so like I'm frozen in ice, you can do that. And then she'll stop moving because she's frozen. There's also petrified. Best example would probably be seduced. Okay, or just maybe I have to have the battle effects on. Oh, okay. So that one affects the battle effects. So make sure to have your battle effects on for that one. I was confused. I was like, what did I do wrong? Breaking the system already. This one is if you want her to look like wet, like she just got out of the water at the beach. good beach picture, make her look a little wet. You can turn it off by the pause buttons. All of them can be turned off with the pause. I don't know why it just doesn't say stop instead of pause, but who knows? We went over the lighting. So this eyeball, if you don't want her to actually face a different direction, you just want her to look at the camera, you'll use this option. Her eyes will always follow wherever you are as long as she's not paused. This is like the other movements, like be stunned, but you don't have to have the actions on for this. So this one would just make her move or walk forward. She could run forward, sprint forward, left or right, walk backwards. You want her to do the moonwalk, you can do that. And you just hit play as soon as you select it. This one, her mouth will just move a specific way when she's talking. I think you can just make her talk with this. I haven't really played with this one. Emotes. This one's the most popular one, I would say, for people that don't use any of those cheating programs to, pose you. So if you want a specific pose, you like something like cheer wave, you can make her do that, and then you can pause it wherever you like. So if you like it over here like this, in front of her face, and see the little glowy stick, there you go. You can put it right there. And if you don't like the expression on her face, maybe she's like sad about something, you can change that while she's in the pose. For any battle effects, you do have to exit out, do the battle effect, and then re-enter Gpose. It'll be whatever last you did. So if you sprint, it's not going to really do it. If you do something like Troubadour on a bard, you can do it. And that's the original move that I had playing. So it looks like she plays a flute. Also, I know for bards, you cannot do bardic performance in Gpose anymore. This last option, I think is fantastic. They didn't always have this option, but it's really good. So like, if you don't want to see some pesky fisher in your background, like everywhere, or all the thoughts of Limsa, you can just delete. So that's deleting myself if I want to take a nice background picture. I think that looks nice. But if you don't like seeing anything else, like somebody's minion or anything like that, even NPCs, even enemies, you can just get rid of them. It's really simple and it's very smooth. You used to not be able to do it, so you'd have to realign your camera angle just so you couldn't see them. I think that is it. Oh, frames. The frame that I have. That's relatively new. I apologize I didn't go over that. These make new frames around your character. I never had them before, so I was like, what? But they do, I think they're really nice. I didn't notice that they had them before this. Oh, and then the weather control. So if it's super bright out or super gloomy out, just wait and the time will change. And you can just unselect this and it'll change to whatever time it is. So it was super bright when I started. It's a little darker now, so it changed the way the background looks. And I know when you guys start, it'll pop up, this little box will pop up. So if you want to get rid of that, just literally click this. It'll get rid of it for good. And every time you enter, you won't have to see that all the time. Because I know that constricts your view on what your character is shown as. But other than that, that's all you gotta do. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. I hope this was helpful for some people. I know I wish I would have had a video like this when I started. At least something simple. Alrighty, if it helped you, feel free to like and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day, guys.